who think that somebody else should be their child's role model.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'll be so disappointed in my son and daughter come in and be like, yeah, I want to be like that. I want to be like the neighbor, Dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I want to be like, mailman, or I want to be like somebody else size you. I'll be so disappointed. You know what I mean?
That would devastate.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know? But they're doing it. I done heard some stories where kids want to be other people. And I'm like, you should want to be like mom or dad, but you know what? Some of the parents I hear is not giving good examples.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
I see some of the pictures that, when we're doing our topic, trying to get our topics, there be some pictures out here that I done seen kids and parents in strip clubs with their kid and all this buffoonery, smoking. Like, remember the picture we had with the dumb father of the year when he was smoking weed with the child on his chest?
Yes.
Come on. And what kind of example are you setting?
And I think a lot of that also has to do with the fact of their upbringing.
Yeah.
My father, I love him dearly, and he's still around, and when he and I get together, we have great times. Even when we talk, we have some good laughs.
Mm-hmm.
But my father was never one to know how to love. My father thought loving was just, giving you money. Mm-hmm. If I got upset, he gave me money. Mm-hmm. If I wanted to go somewhere with him, he would tell me no and give me money. That's what he thought. But if you're not being taught how to love, if you're not being taught how to raise,
Mm-hmm.
or being raised so that
Mm-hmm.
you can know how to raise, you're not going to give it.
Exactly.
So when you have kids, it's almost like a trickle effect. So as you get it, you give it, your kids give it, and now it's a cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So now your kids, your children's kids, and their kids are going to continue to have that same cycle of misfortune, not getting that proper upbringing that is needed.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up fathers, because my father was in the house for the majority of my life, but he wasn't in the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I became that man earlier than I had to, than I should have.
Yeah.
But Mom, that woman, my mother, she held it down.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And she never became my best friend. She always stayed mom, regardless. The good, from the time we was eating that fried chicken to the time the end of the month, we was eating ramen noodles because we done ran out of snap.
Come on now.
You know what I mean?
Come on now.
But we held it down, you know what I mean?
When it comes to that fried chicken, come on, baby, that's that finger looking good.
Exactly.
Come on now. But we shared pretty much the same story. My father wasn't in the household. He was just there.
Yeah.
And my mother was mom and dad.
Yeah.
She couldn't raise a man, but she did the best she could. She spent more time showing me what not to be,
Mm-hmm.
and was just praying and hoping that I would know what to be based off that information.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to learn at a young age. I had to be a man before I was actually expected to be a man.
Exactly.
So those are the things we deal with, and it's life. But I don't have much respect for a man
Mm-hmm.
who does not take his responsibilities as a man. Because even if you're not taught, as you get to a certain age, you have enough sense to know
Mm-hmm.
what is required of you,
Mm-hmm.
and to start making change accordingly. We as men,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we as men have the knowledge
Mm-hmm.
to make wise choices,
Yes.
to understand that we're supposed to be providers for our families, take care of our families, raise our children, love our wives. This is not something that you can say, well, I was never taught that, so I'm not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's all around us.
It's all around.
It's all around you. So everybody has watched television.
Exactly.
Everybody has seen TV pretty much. So when you look at TV, what do you see on these sitcoms and all these shows? And that's all America is supposedly founded on, is family. So you see the husband, the wife, the children, and even the dog.
And the dog.
Okay?
2.5.
You see what I'm saying? 2.5. You know what I'm saying? But my point is that there's no excuse for a man not taking care of his family. Okay, I can understand there are circumstances that sometimes make it difficult to get jobs and things like that, but at the same time, a man should be diligent about looking for work, keeping a job, and taking care of his family. There's just ways of doing it, man.
And that's so true, man. And that's so true. And I know we got off subject a little bit. Yes, we did. And my producer just told us that we was off subject. But I can never, man. Me and my son, maybe when he's 25 or whatever, we'll drink beer together. You know what I mean? But it'll be over a wisdom course.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
I'm giving him
right.
some wisdom from Dad, passing down through generations. So when his little ones get ready to bear kids, hopefully it's not before 25.
It won't.
You know what I mean?
It won't be.
Maybe 30.
It won't.
Son, if you're watching this, you make till you're 30.
Hey, you heard what Bernie Mac said. Don't move. Don't move.
Exactly. But we would never be besties. I'ma always be dad, and I'ma do my best to raise him as a man. And for my daughters, I can only raise them, give them the core and the moral values. I can't raise them to be a woman, but you know, I'm thankful that I have a wife that can raise them to be productive young women in today's society. So you know, I've been truly blessed.
All right, man. And all I can say right now is that I am just as grateful for my wife and what she does with our kids, and you know, for the time that I also spend with my family. You know, and all I can say to my sons right now is the garbage better be taken out by the time I get home.
All right, and with that said, we're going to take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back.